But where should I start with the story about me?
Okay, here we go.
From the beginning of the universe? Just kidding. That would be too much. I just want to tell a teeny story. So little that it started with a seed. I know you're listening, my good friend.
You were listening to the Cyrene who was putting the memories into the Matrix this whole time.
The god in my dream told me that the world sprouted from a seed. It grew into a great tree named Amphoreus, and time became its branches and leaves, basking in the light. What a coincidence. Dappled light coming through the leaves is my first memory as well. On a very ordinary early morning, beneath the village's biggest tree, the daughter of Teddygal30 quietly came into this world.
Wow. We're seeing sort of the crossover between the cold, hard logic of the computer versus the warmth of the world it saw and created.
What a moving opening. A loud cry was the first gift the child gave to the world. The prophecy's fulfilled, the villagers say. This child is a gift from the Titans. Pink hair and sharp ears, she was born to be the priest of time. The Titans also gave their blessings. You shall fade when the flowers bloom, for every ending begets a beginning.
That's her prophecy.
Flowers will bloom and wilt. What a beautiful ending. This page concluded in laughter. Cry loud, child. Let your voice reach Orynyx.
Save. Undefined record number 6 archived.
Anyway, I don't like tears. Time quietly flowed by in the midst of laughter. The wind from my hometown caressed the ears of wheat, and there were swings, wind chimes, the sea, and the little fairies off-tune a cappella songs.
Wow.
But the name Teddygal30 came from the unpleasant sorrows of the gods.
My childhood friend did not understand.
Yet you always seemed so happy, as if nothing ever worried you.
Why was I like that then? That's because the world was gentle to me. So, I grew up to be gentle as well. But fate was fickle, and it urged the child to grow up. To grow bigger and bigger, and to go to places far away. Just like how the crumbling world could not preserve an eternal hometown. Just as the ballad blown on the breeze says, losses are a constant on the flame chase journey.
A phrase we know all too well now.
Oh, whose ears are pricked up now? You definitely heard me say this sentence a lot of times. You know that the story starts to deviate from here. Aren't you looking forward to it?
Yeah.
Then let's get started.
In every iteration, the story would be slightly different after this.
The hero's journey crosses through the long night, through tears and laughter, and once again heads towards tomorrow.
With each iteration of Cyrene or Philia, she was feeding those memories to this matrix in the Great Tomb. And the Demiurge, the forgotten true purpose of the Amphoreus experiment, was listening to her and accompanying her. All the memories of this world, she and the Demiurge were the only friends to each other. The forgotten true purpose of what eventually became such a dark thing was so light and full of curiosity and warm. Parsing object information 093. Save.
Correction. Philia 093's record number 496. Archived.
Hey, it's not unidentified object anymore. Associated. Delta-ME13. Amphoreus irontomb.exe runtime error. Program from an unknown publisher. Delta-ME13 demiurge Philia 093. Allow write access? Allow. Running Philia 093.exe.
Hi. Miss me yet? I'm just messing with you. This is the first time I have met you. And it looks like it'll also be the last.
Philia 093.
Since we don't have all day, let's get started, shall we? As always, I'll read this book to you. That way it won't just be Cyrene's memories alone.
They only had each other across those 33 million cycles.
Where should I start this time? Let me see.
And Cyrene died and was reborn millions of times to read that cycle's memories. All the sorrow and pain, but also the joy and laughter of that world. And the demiurge was listening to her that whole time.
Formatting complete. 093. Size. Grayscale. Proportions. Threshold. Outputting analysis result.
Philia 093 equals Peach. Peach's record number 8128 archived.
It listened and learned from her for so long. Iron Tomb stopped there. Unhandled exception occurred. 1 out of 3. Object name. Every page of record. I mean, when an object, would it be a string? Anyway. Click excerpt to ignore the error and continue. Click details to view the full log. Full log?
Look, what a magnificent sight.
Well...
Comment. Peach. Even this classical world contains a futuristic palace like this.
we're seeing the full conversations
Would
now.
Cilicia end up looking like this after a few thousand years?
Maybe.
Conclusion. It won't.
Maybe if it was in a different place.
I want to share a story with you this time.
And it had
I saw a little
room
nymph
to
on
grow
my way
and
here.
change.
It was on a fallen wheat stalk, and it glowed under the sunlight. It was incredible. I forgot all my pains at that moment and just stared at it in a trance. Record. Peach is on the ground. I wonder, did every Cyrene in the past feel that the nymph was beautiful? Would they also have recorded that scene into the Eternal Saga?
Yeah. Even those small things are exactly what make this beautiful web of a world beautiful.
So, could you give me more time, please? I want to leave behind more memories for the future.
Formatting complete.
Bye, Peach.
Aww. The demiurge. The Demiurge also had to endure those
Peach's record
33
number.
million cycles of consciousness.
As long as I record every page of this story and tell it to you, Amphoreus won't be forgotten.
Query. Record.
Electrical signal sequence. Bolamos 600. Track. Strife.
Related to. Stripe. Comment. Pretty.
Strife, not strife. It's learning.
Electrical signal sequence.
It's a seed.
720.
It's going through the memories given to it and learning to become its own thing.
Related to. Raisin.
Aww.
Comment. Yummy.
Electrical signal sequence. Hero 93.
Related to. Love.
Love. Is that the missing... Is that the missing ideal? Love.
Comment. Peach equals love?
What is the prime mover of life? This cold, hard computer system was meant to extrapolate and calculate and find this logical answer. Perhaps no amount of logic or reason could ever come up with an answer so tied in with our emotions and desires and belief and all of these things that can't be tied in with logic. Could it be that love is the true prime mover of life? Naive dream.
Looks like it's time to say goodbye again.
Bye. Peach.
Oh, before I was even aware of it, this book had already recorded too many emotions. Every page has become so heavy.
Conclusion. Books are meant to be light, not heavy.
Well, they're certainly more fun that way.
I've started to feel uneasy whenever I take it into my hands.
Peach. Uneasy?
Formatting progress 94.423%.
How many times has it been? It faithfully fulfills its duty, activating and formatting.
Conclusion. Progress. Bad.
Oh. Unfortunately, that is the impression you would be given, wouldn't it? I don't think progress is bad in general, but certainly in this world it hasn't. It's only heralded worse and worse things, without any sign of getting better until now.
If I can only write the same ending every time I lift my pen, then is this weighty saga just an overly naive dream?
Peach. Scared.
Formatting progress
A little bit more time.
96.024%.
Peach. Don't cry.
Process error. Analyzing.
Those were the errors we saw. It's like seeing a full telephone conversation instead of just what one person was saying on one side. Oh, now we know who she was talking to.
Process error.
Comment. I'm here.
Process error.
Aw.
Analyzing.
Really? Are you encouraging me?
Peach. Happy.
Thank you. I'm sorry for making you see this embarrassing side of me.
I'm not even sure Cyrene can see the Demiurge, but she seems to know it's there, and it's listening, and it's responding. To be so alone and yet still together. The only two people in this long journey together.
Everyone's still working so hard. If I'm the only one who's crying, that wouldn't be romantic at all, would it?
Record. Peach doesn't like tears.
I'm suddenly reminded of my childhood for some reason. When I was hiding alone next to the tree hollow and wiping my tears away, a little fairy popped out, just like how you did. It had long ears and fluffy paws, and it pulled me into the tree hollow, where, to my surprise, was a forest. Let me tell you the story of the Membrance Maze. A group of cute little friends live in Ide Silicii's forests. Their names can be connected into a song. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti.
Perfectly in tune.
Formatting complete.
Oh, goodbye,
Bye,
Siren.
Peach.
The demiurge had to watch her appear and disappear over and
Note.
over.
Little Peach, crying alone. Little fairies, friends. Say
Learn. It's learning.
little fairies, good friends.
It took the form of a man.
Bye-bye.
Should be 3 of 3. A new blankness. Oh, this must be the one when she was so tired after 33 million.
You never say anything, but I know you're listening. Every story I've told is like a little key that opened a door in your heart, no?
Me! Little fairies, happy. Speaking easy. I can.
Once again, the saga comes to an end. Everything is deathly silent, just like this very moment.
Shh. You speak. I listen. This time, too. Sitting together.
Oh, wait. When adult Sirene, like when Sirene in her idol animation has that mem, that must be you, the demiurge.
Now that I look back, there was a period when I got really sentimental.
Sentimental. Stories have sentiments.
I was so anxious, trying to find as many different memories as possible, hoping to bring some change to this unchanging destiny, and find the way out of this maze.
Peach, strange.
But I won't do that anymore now.
She's so tired now.
Why unhappy?
Formatting progress 73.998%.
I'm here. Don't be scared.
Process error. Analyzing.
Won't allow it to interrupt you.
Look. At the end, even though it was cast aside, the demiurge is still the core of what makes Amphoreus Amphoreus.
Always sitting together.
No need to feel sorry for me, good friend. If there are no new blank spaces, how can a saga continue?
Blank spaces. What's that?
I'm actually really lucky, you know? During the long years I've spent waiting for the Deliverer, I've always had you here as an audience.
Isn't that
that already enough?
Not enough, not enough! Peach, don't leave!
Now I can rest in peace in the past. As for when tomorrow will come, I'll have to ask the next Cyrene to continue our watch.
Peach left.
If there are no new blank spaces, how can a saga continue?
Needs new blank spaces. Next, Cyrene has blank space.
Learn.
Peach, don't be scared. I'll help you find blank space. Cyrene is Peach, is love. So,
Love.
first there is love, then there is Cyrene, then there is blank space. Query, love.
The developmental trends of the erudition have nothing to do with creating a consciousness. Those underlying principles are, in fact, contradictory.
Then the fact that the original purpose of Amphoreus, the demiurge, the bud of memory, over 33 million cycles developed its consciousness, learned and saw the world, and saw the lives of people, and listened to the stories from Cyrene, and became a gentle creature, desiring to know about love. You realize then that the answer the scepter was set out to look for, it never would have been able to find, because it was looking all wrong. It would never have understood this.
Not having a consciousness means not having the foundations of a heart, making them unable to obtain real.
Oh, you're going the wanderer route with this, are you?
Consciousness, emotions, feel sad. Oh, don't understand.
Oh, so why does the system have Lygus' voice, even though Lygus didn't know the demiurge was still here?
Query, Cyrene?
What could be behind this door? Glittering crystals? Or a beautiful world I've never seen before? If I tell you all the stories of tomorrow, will I be able to finally welcome the Deliverer and Amphoreus' dawn in the next life?
Key, door, story, happy.
Yes, to be able to keep writing this beautiful story makes us
Peach.
happy.
Cyrene, little fairy, like, yes, right. Query, memory. Peaches, memories, save, learn.
The prophecy's fulfilled. This child is a gift from the
Its
gods.
personality is developing too.
Pink hair and those ears. She was born to be the priest of time.
Cyrene has pink hair, sharp ears.
You shall fade when the flowers bloom. For every ending begets a beginning.
Cry, child. Cry aloud. Let your voice reach Orynyx.
Cyrene is a girl, a priest. Easy. I can. I learn.
Anyway, I don't like tears. But the name Alizaliziae came from the unpleasant sorrows of the gods. Yet, you always seem so happy. As if nothing ever worried you.
Cyrene doesn't like tears. Always happy.
Of course. Because the world was gentle to me. So, I grew up to be gentle as well.
Cyrene is gentle. Likes
That's right.
beautiful things. Can write stories.
The light and peaceful music. The gentle story being told here is such a far cry from everything we've seen so far with Amphoreus.
Easy. I can. I learn.
To know that such a cold and destructive thing buried a heart so kind.
Just as the ballad blown on the breeze says, losses are a constant on the flame chase journey.
But even if all is lost to the wind, some things won't easily change. Like my height, Treeby's innocence, and Aglaya's beauty.
Cyrene. She can't grow up, but she can talk. After all is lost to the wind, she will stay behind. Cyrene is, at the end of every sentence, always laughing, like a little tail. Simple. Got it!
I promise you, the pain
Oh,
will pass in the blink of an eye.
did it? I can't imagine.
All right, let's not make things so gloomy. What we're about to embark on is the true hero's journey. So, come on, cheer up a bit, okay?
Cyrene was crying when she was born. Fragile. Transparent. Like a crystal. Cyrene was smiling when she said goodbye.
She was
Soft.
always positive.
Pink. Like a flower.
She never lost her spirit even after all those
The
long
later
lifetimes.
memories disappeared?
Because she died.
Invisible? Or disappeared? Ah, I got it! Is this a blank space? So, next Cyrene is blank space. Then, as long as there are two Cyrenes, then there will always be blank space, and Peach will always be here.
I don't quite understand how that works, but that sounds really good.
See? I get it! I get it all!
Save.
Cyrene's memories. I will preserve them all!
So weird. I
Oh,
can't see you, but I get this feeling.
I see. Cyrene came to the Great Tomb to preserve the memories of this world. She told her stories, and the Demiurge was listening. And even though she couldn't see the Demiurge, she knew it was there. And eventually the Demiurge learned and learned. And it grew from her positivity and outlook on life, and her spirit and unwavering determination, as well as all the beauty she saw and the beautiful things she witnessed, until it decided to take on her memories and eventually her form. Is that it then? The Cyrene we pulled was actually the Demiurge?
That you grew up?
Hi. Miss me yet?
It just feels like you were a bit more mature.
Yes. Mature. Beautiful. Like you. Now, I can listen, talk, read, and write. I can dance. I can sing. Also, I can tell stories. Storytelling is what makes Cyrene.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to tell you stories today. A story I wrote myself. Quick, sit down.
It's almost as if I can understand your words now. The things you say are very
For the first
cute.
time they can really communicate.
Once upon a time, there was a flawless crystal flower that sparkled with light. Like Peach's every story. How beautiful would the heart of such a brilliant flower be? A little fairy was curious and wanted to know, but it looked and looked only to find the crystal flower flawless. Round and round they went, seeing only their own reflection. In that case, they should work hard to learn more. So the little fairy came every day to sit next to the crystal flower and think about the answer. Until one day, to their surprise, the crystal flower fell to the ground and
This
shattered.
was the video, one of the videos they posted.
The little fairy was so sad, but they immediately discovered that there was a light among the broken pieces. What could it be? They didn't know, but it was a good light. It was bright, warm, and happy, and I knew it was love. Love brings everything together, and it brought you and me together. So Peach and I will always be together.
What a nice fairy tale.
I'm giving it
Together.
to you. Peach likes beautiful things, can write stories, and can tell lovely tales. I hope to turn it into a story we write together.
Okay, then I'll probably make a small adjustment to suit my tastes.
No?
I'm thinking that when the flower broke, the little fairy would instead see nothing on the ground. Then it would understand that the flawless crystal flower doesn't actually have a heart. Nor does the flower understand what love is.
Doesn't have a heart? Doesn't understand love? Why?
It's simple. If the flower lets the little fairy into its heart, then it would have to include the fairy's impurities and would no longer be flawless. The crystal flower was pure because it sealed itself off and bloomed in solitude. That's why it looks so
Serenity.
brilliant in an imperfect world. But should a flower like this be called love?
But then... the story won't exist anymore.
That's not true. You've already written the most romantic ending possible for this story.
She's seen so much of... She has a heart so pure, but has seen so many dark things in this world.
The crystal flower fell to the ground and shattered. It happened because the flower was no longer pure. The fall was not an accident. It was the flower declaring rebellion against fate and writing the ending of the story with the flower's own shattering. Then, the little fairy will see that each shard on the ground holds the reflection of their eyes.
Cyrene is the flower, and Demiurge is the fairy.
Then, in their eyes, the crystal flower that was no longer flawless would finally have a heart, and the flower would finally understand what love is.
Peach's words... I don't understand. Is it because I still don't understand love? But it's fine. I can learn. Right. Query Cyrene.
With the music note.
Electrical signal sequence, Philia 093.
Why didn't I think of this? I don't need to do it alone. I can ask Peach to teach me. What is love? What is love meant?
Seed of memory, flower of memory, bud of memory.
Electrical signal sequence, Philia 093.
Lament.
Track, lament.
That's not correct.
Lament.
The developmental trends of the erudition have nothing to do with not having a consciousness. However, that does not hinder the factors from learning and recognizing emotional responses, then communicating with life forms via imitation. That is an objective form of pattern recognition that does not distinguish between the self and the other. In a strange twist of fate, Felia093 embarked upon a different path and obtained a different power. The remembrance. An empathy mechanism focused on the self and equipped with
the antithesis of
projection
the erudition.
Lament was the factor closest to this form of behavior.
Why would something like the erudition even think of adding laments to?
The daughter of Ide Silicii. I am very true to my name. My lament is a type of compassionate pain that is weak, powerless, and only targeting myself. But now, my good friend, I want to tell you that it's the most romantic force in the world. Sometimes, it's loneliness and unease. It's knowing that this world is not gentle, yet wanting to be seen in a more beautiful form by the world. Sometimes, it's unwillingness and regret. It's knowing that the past is full of pain, yet wanting to remember the past in a more beautiful way. And sometimes, it's a bottomless well of hurt, a destruction that can stain the entire world. I bid farewell to this beautiful world, unwilling to become the Black Tide's vessel, for while the end of hatred is a blazing inferno, lament can drown out everything in muted silence. It's so unreasonable, isn't it? Yet when hatred drove everything apart, and love did not yet exist in this world, only lament, the first emotion that fought against the pain of separation, could stall the destruction steps.
So profound.
Then, it would catch up to that journey where all is lost, carefully picking out stories and writing them down in trepidation. Look at these stories I wrote. Every page is full of tenderness and joy.
Yeah, these are not just records of things that happened and people who lived. These are stories. Stories are different from records. They capture that emotion and the emotions and what makes people people.
But only the author knows how much struggle and agony lie beyond the pages. But I am no author. I'm a girl who'll never get to grow up. I only tell stories that people like to hear. In them, the world tucks away its scars and smiles for all to see. My entire life spent inside this little story. I can't wipe away my tears, and I can't bring the world victory.
That's so sad.
But maybe, in these unchanging retellings of the story, my lament might be able to touch upon the divine and reach their tender heart at some point.
She can't break free. All she can do is keep trying.
I hope that what flows out from that cut will not be blood, but a tear, warm and wet. And that tear would fall and create the first ripples.
Ripples of past
Then,
reverie.
people would see every beautiful thing reflected in that ripple. It'll be all the remembrances within this story. Someone once told the very first me that everything was false. That the only life in Amphoreus was a great catastrophe, nurtured using the world as a factor. But how could a dream feel so real? That's why I didn't agree with him.
Yeah. All the people who lived in Amphoreus, they're as real as it gets. And their rebellion against this fate, through all these iterations, is proof of that.
But Peach,
I didn't understand a word you said since just now. Everything was false? But you're standing right here. It's all a dream? But I haven't learned how to dream.
Indeed. That's why I believe all this is real.
Yeah.
The moment the crystal flower fell, that genuine shiver, that's the mover of life.
The mover of life. The answer to the original question.
Formatting progress 23.815%.
In the poem offered to you, every Cyrene would write down a beautiful new world with stars and flowers. And when I looked up at the sky in this cycle, I saw a shooting star and a dash of the remembrance's pink. I believed that must be the color of dawn. You shall fade when the flowers bloom. For every ending begets a beginning. Looks like it's time to say goodbye.
Cyrene, are you leaving, Peach? It's okay. I'll wait for you to come back. I'll study really hard about what you taught me today.
Right. I still haven't told you what love is. But actually, my good friend, the lament factor did not understand what love was before she met you either. Not until I told you all the sad tales in a trembling voice in this tiny room. Not until I told you that I love them. That I love everything in this saga. The story comes, passes, then returns. It makes us reunite, then pulls us apart again. At the very end, it leaves behind a seed, a reason. Even if the great tree withers and all falls to silence, there are still some emotions that deserve to be remembered. Look, the light is coming in.
Here
The
they
Deliverer's light is going to illuminate Amphoreus.
That waiting.
I still don't get it. But I trust Peach. Just wait. It'll be my turn to tell you a story of love the next time we meet.
Yeah.
Then I'll really look forward to it. In that case, I want to make a promise. I want to gift my pen, my book, and my name to you. Please take them as a beautiful blessing from me. I gave myself the pen name Cyrene the first time I wrote a poem.
Here.
I want my words to be like pebbles falling into a pond,
Become Cyrene.
dropped from the past to send ripples into the future. In the stories you will write, perhaps it'll be inevitable that there are still sorrows and tears that are destined to fall. But could you promise me one thing? Promise you'll forever be a gentle flower. Promise that when the stars cast their gazes upon you, you'll only reply to them with love and a smile.
Aww. Through all of this, the demiurge, this forgotten variable in this experiment, it could have become a vessel filled with darkness or hatred, but it was nurtured from a seed to a bud to a flower by a soul so kind and gentle, and perhaps, even though Lygus had long discarded and forgotten the true purpose of Amphoreus, the answer we sought was there all along.
Of course. This will be a romantic story like none that has come before.
Yeah. A romantic story. Through all the cold darkness of this world. The computers, Iron Tomb, the destruction. That there's still beauty in all that has happened and all that will happen. Let's write the ending to this story. Ripples of past reverie.
You think so too, right?
Oh.
I'll read and you'll listen, like how flowers always bloom then wither. I shall welcome my own decay, becoming nourishment for the next flower's bud, while you will depart and hold that final star, planting a boundless sea of flowers on the final page with her. And our stories will be lying silently among the flowers, like every ripple of remembrance. And they shall become the epic known as I've Written. And so my story ends. From here on, it's your story now.
Mimi? Me?
Oh my gosh. So much just happened. Alright. I think that's a good place to end off for now. The beginning of the end. The Crystal's heirs have become the titans of the new world. Lygus and the geniuses are still fighting. But we now understand the truth of Cyrene and the last titan. And that last titan, all but forgotten, was still nurtured by a kind hand. Found the true answer Amphoreus was always looking for. And perhaps will be the key to ending the sorrow and pain that this world has witnessed. Alongside the Deliverer, the one from beyond the sky who will bring new hope to this bleak world. I think I need some time to process that. Alright, that's where I'm going to end this off for now. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!